Well, in other news this evening, an afternoon of fun and adventure went wrong for a kiteboarder in Cook Inlet when his kite got waterlogged. Rescuers on land couldn't reach him this evening, but a close friend swooped down from the sky to save the day.
It's an exhilarating sport. The wind catches your kite and you skim along the water. At least that's how it's supposed to work. Late this afternoon, the wind let kiteboarder Mark Wisdorf down, and he found himself stuck way out there where Turnagain Arm meets Cook Inlet.
We received several 911 calls about a kite surfer in distress out here in the inlet.
But Mark was too far out for firefighters to reach him.
Man, he's moving.
And they thought a helicopter might have to be called in to try to pluck him from the water. Luckily for Mark, one of his kiteboarding buddies is also a floatplane pilot. And when he got the call that Mark was in trouble, he rushed here to Lake Hood and took off to the rescue.
And I thought there's no way I'm going to be able to land out there.
Pilot Jim Chaplin knows the conditions in Turnagain Arm can make a floatplane touchdown very tricky.
There was some rougher water with strong current, and it was already an incoming tide strong. And so I just treated it like a river landing, and I landed into the current and touched down right near him.
But Jim then had to fight to control the plane in the strong current, which swept Mark right past him. Jim says while Mark wasn't in danger of drowning, he was facing dangerous conditions. Frigid water and currents too strong to fight.
With the currents there, they were still taking him out, and the bore tide did come in while he was out there. He thought the bore would bring him back to a sandbar, but instead there was an eddy that moved him out further.
Jim, with the help of another friend on board the aircraft, hauled Mark into the plane, but then they had to take off.
My concerns were the strong current and being pushed into the bigger rip waves, and we were able to stay out of those and have a safe takeoff.
The friends flew off into the horizon to the amazement of the onlookers, who still didn't know at the time who had come to the rescue. And when they got back, Mark showed his appreciation for his friend and rescuer.
He thanked me and then helped me wash my plane off.
Now, Jim says his friend Mark was in good shape after the rescue, even though he was in that cold water for an hour and a half.
Citing alleged misconduct